We are continuing with Nicholas. You can access him through those mods, or you can use those channels to access me. And we are continuing with the digestion. We are continuing with the digestion, and we are going to digestion in ileum. Let's see what occurs in ileum. So digestion of food is completed in the ileum. Completion of food digestion occurs in the ileum. And the digested food is absorbed, and the digested food is absorbed in the ileum. So there is a very nice question here on actually food in the ileum. They will ask a question, identify the important process that occurs in the ileum. Important process that occurs in the ileum. Process that occurs in the ileum is absorption of food, not digestion, members. It's not digestion, because digestion is the breaking down of food substances. But it is in the ileum where food joins the bloodstream. So we must say that it is in the ileum where absorption of food occurs, not digestion. I repeat, absorption of digested food occurs in the ileum, and that's the process that occurs in the ileum. Absorption is the process by which digested food is taken into the bloodstream. Absorption, food joins the bloodstream. It's the process where food joins the bloodstream. The walls of the ileum produce an intestinal juice which contains enzymes that complete the digestion of food. Simple digestion occurs. But main process is absorption of digested. And digested, we must say absorption of digested. We don't need to say absorption. We say absorption of digested food, not absorption of food. The ileum has structures we call villi, V-I-L-L-I. The ileum has structures that we call villi, through which digested food passes to enter the blood. So the structures that aid in absorption of food, they are called villi. Then the hepatic portal vein, sometimes they state the blood vessel that carries digested food from the ileum to the liver. It is hepatic portal vein. This hepatic portal vein carries digested food to the liver. And why does food go to the liver? Remember, the main role of the liver is to change poisonous substances, harmful substances, into harmless substances, or it's a detoxicating agent. So that is hepatic portal vein, and it is meant to carry digested food to the liver. Then, why is it that the ileum performs the function of absorption? Why not any other part? We have seen other parts, but it is only ileum that absorbs food. So we are let's look at adaptations. What makes ileum suited to perform the function of absorption? It is fairly long to create a large surface area for food absorption. That's one. It is fairly long. Meaning by being long, it will provide a large surface area for food to be absorbed. Then it has villi structures. We have seen those as finger-like structures that help in absorption of digested food. They have a dense of blood capillaries, meaning blood capillaries will have to supply enough blood for the action to occur. We go to large intestines. There is no digestion in the large intestines. There is no enzyme produced in large intestines. And absorption of water takes place in the colon, part of large intestines we call colon. So they will identify the important process that takes place in the following parts. Roman numeral 1, they say ileum. Roman numeral 2, they say colon. When they say ileum, you say absorption of digested food. Then when they add there and write colon as Roman numeral 2, you will say absorption of water. So the undigested food materials passes out through the anus as feces, stool, or excreta. These ones are ingested out. We go to diseases and disorders of the digestive system. We have diseases that affect, and most of them are diarrheal diseases, as we looked at it in one of the classes, primary 4, communicable intestinal diseases. So here we have communicable intestinal diseases. I'm starting with cholera. We have this typhoid. We have dysentery. It is T-E-R-Y. Some miss this E. Then we have the diarrhea. Those are diseases. We also have appendicitis. This one affects appendix, whereby stones accumulate in appendix. Then you will have appendicitis. We have peptic ulcers. Most of the times we shall see intestines and stomach having some scratches, some wounds. Those are diseases of the digestive system. We go to disorders. A disorder is not a disease. It occurs for some time. A disorder is a condition which occurs for some time, but still it will not make your body function well. But after some time, it will have to cease. We go to constipation as the first disorder. Have you ever gone to the latrine and your feces are almost coming but failing to come out of the tract, and you are like, I need help? That is what we call constipation. Having difficulty in passing out stools. And it is checked out. You can check on it when you feed on foods containing roughages. We have indigestion. This one is caused when you eat food hurriedly. You just rush. It's as if you are competing with your friend. You are competing with your brother, with your sister. Indigestion will occur. There is intestinal obstruction. This occurs when intestines roll themselves. They try to roll. Then you will have intestinal obstruction. We have vomiting as another disorder. Vomiting is another disorder. You may have eaten food. You may actually eat food that you are not used to. At the end, you find yourself vomiting. How can we maintain the efficiency? How can we make our system work efficiently? We need to feed on balanced diet. Actually, feeding on balanced diet and doing regular physical exercises, body exercises, cross-cuts almost all systems. Even if they ask ways of maintaining a system you have never heard of, feeding on balanced diet will be there. Regular exercises will be there. Even if it is respiratory, it can be reproductive system, it can be coordination. All systems need balanced diet and performing exercises. Then still on a balanced diet, rather on digestive system, we needed to drink boiled or treated water. Because unboiled will contain germs that will cause diseases. We needed to eat well-cooked food, because when you don't eat well-cooked food, like actually you eat full meat, like meat, actually you may eat pork, which is not properly cooked, you may get tapeworms. You eat food which is not cooked and contaminated, like vegetables, you may end up having roundworms. Then you avoid smoking and drinking alcohol. Of course, this is a bad practice. We should not get used into. We need to wash hands before handling food, and we wash hands with clean water and soap entirely to kill germs. We need to rest, to have enough rest. Then as we try to wind up, we also have food hygiene. It is connected to digestive system, and it is keeping food clean. How do we keep food clean? Or how do we make food unclean? When you handle food with the dirty hands, when houseflies land on it, some of us leave food uncovered, and when you leave food uncovered, houseflies may land on it and live there germs that will eventually cause diseases. Putting food in dirty containers, we need to wash, make them dry, or wipe them out. We wipe them. Leaving food uncovered and dusts drop on it, that one also makes food dirty. Oh, how do we prevent food contamination? We wash hands before handling. It's the reverse of the causes. We just keep leftover food covered. We need to cover food always. We need to serve food in clean containers. We need to serve food using clean plates. We keep them in clean containers and we serve using in clean places. We heat or reheat the food to kill germs before eating it. Then we go to good eating habits. There are some with bad eating habits. Good eating habits, we wash hands before eating, we chew food properly. When you don't chew food properly, you will have indigestion as a disorder. Eat food that make balanced diet. Have regular and healthy meals, then wash hands after eating. Never eat leftover smelly food. Wash fruits and vegetables, because when you eat unwashed, you will get different types of worms. Then eat well-cooked food for easy digestion. We are winding up dangers of bad eating habits. Why is it dangerous? How is it dangerous to eat food using bad habits? Swallow big lumps of food can cause choking. When you swallow big lumps of food, you are like, let me compete with my sister. You will have this choking. Eating hurriedly can result into constipation because you will not chew food properly, and stomachache. Talking with food in mouthful of food, one can bite his or her tongue, can swallow unchewed food that cause choking. So just put small bits of food at a time, such that they are chewed properly and you don't even bite your tongue. Biting very hard things can damage teeth. It is disastrous to bite hard things like bottle tops, like coins. It's bad to do those, to practice those. Drinking too much liquid while eating prevents one from eating enough food and also dilute digestive enzyme juices. We have seen different digestive juices. That's what we can discuss on digestion. Take time and listen to these tutorials and you'll move to the next level scientifically.